COVID-19 infections going down in most parts of the country. It has many of us wondering if the end of the pandemic is near.
Joining us this morning from Gunderson Health System is infection preventionist Megan Meller. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning.
And is the end, so I guess our big question is the end of the pandemic near?
You know, there's been a lot of talk in the news, and I can see, I myself, it's really confusing. This is the first time in 2 years where I really feel like that light at the end of the tunnel is getting a lot brighter, where we are approaching the end.
Of course, there's always nerves about future variants. Is there anything to be concerned about right now? Is there anything that you're monitoring in terms of some of these future variants?
You know, right now there's no big variant that's really on the picture, but that doesn't mean that there's not one coming. And this is something that we're going, unfortunately, to have to work with, I think for the rest of our lives. COVID-19 is here to stay.
And you said that light at the end of the tunnel is near. What kind of factors play in to determine that?
A lot of it is how our hospitalizations are affected, really making sure that vaccination rates are up, because vaccination rates mean they're not going to get as sick, which means they're not going to overwhelm our healthcare system. So that's really significant. Also, people masking, all of this is really going to come into play into determining when we can really get case counts under control and much more manageable.
And we're always talking about that return to normal, but we've seen, certain areas are removing mask mandates. We're seeing more and more of the restrictions kind of come down. What would your recommendation be to people right now who are going out into the community, maybe going to concert venues, things like that?
Every day we have to accept some amount of risk, and COVID-19 is going to be one of those new risks that we have to accept. Each person's risk is going to be a little bit different. So if someone feels like they still need to keep wearing a mask, then by all means keep wearing a mask. Others might not, say, hey, I'm fully vaccinated, I have no risk factors, I can go out without a mask, and that's great. So this is really where individual decision making really comes into play.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Megan.